Hi, I'm Matt Evans, Superintendent of the Monticello Central School District, and thank you for joining me for the March 11th, 2024 edition of It's Monday in Monticello. First, we have a few announcements this week. Tomorrow, that's Tuesday, March 12th, from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., I'll be hosting Superintendent's Office Hours. For more information on how to join the Zoom link for those virtual office hours, please go to our website, www.monticelloschools.net, and you'll find linkage information there. Secondly, this Friday, March 15th, all our schools are closed for students. It is a superintendent's conference day for staff, so no students on Friday, March 15th. As many of you are aware, the Board of Education is considering a capital improvement project that would bring improvements across several of our facilities. One of those facilities is Ed Kennedy Field, which hosts our football and soccer matches, as well as our track and field meets. The Board of Education is also considering capital improvements at St. John Street School and Cooke and Rutherford Elementary Schools. For more information, please go to our YouTube channel and look up the March 7th, 2024 Board of Education meeting. That the video recording is there on YouTube. Our architects, BBS, gave a detailed presentation at that meeting that spells out the improvements to be done at the different facilities throughout our district. Now, keep in mind, this is merely a proposal at this point. So right now, the Board of Education is considering that proposal and whether or not to make adjustments to it and whether or not it should go forward to the voters for consideration. One of those considerations is around the cost of such a project and how it would be paid for. So right now, we estimate the current project to be about $31 million. The voters have approved two capital reserves in the district. One is for $4 million. That expires in 2025. The other currently has $10 million, and that capital reserve expires in 2029. So those were two different reserves that were approved by a majority of voters at two different dates. And again, one expires in 2025 and another expires in 2029. And those monies right now can only be used for capital improvements. If the Board of Education were to apply that $14 million against the $31 million cost, we estimate that we would have to go out to bond for about 52% of the total cost. When we also account for the building aid that would be generated based off these expenses, we estimate that we would receive approximately 62% of the project back the following year in building aid. So in other words, for every dollar spent in year one, the district would receive 62 cents back in year two in the form of building aid. Those numbers are important because by having those two figures, our fiscal planners can give us an estimate as we sit today on March 11th, based on the bond market and interest rates and everything else, how much this project would actually cost the community and the impact on the budget. So if we're looking at a 15-year bond, we estimate that it would be approximately $78,179 in an annual budget expense for this project. So keep in mind, we have a budget of about $100 million annually. In terms of the impact on the tax levy, our fiscal advisors advise us that right now, that would be approximately 0.18% of an increase to the tax levy to fund this. Or if you are a homeowner, it would be approximately 2 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. That's a full value assessment. So again, it's not zero, but it is, we think, a relatively small amount based on current bond market conditions and also based on the project that is being proposed and considered by the board right now. So what's going to happen over the next several weeks? The Board of Education is going to consider this. They will discuss it again at their March 21st Board of Education meeting. If the Board of Education wants to go forward with this and utilize the $14 million in reserves that were set aside by the voters, and also to be eligible for that 62% in building aid, a project like this would need to be approved by the voters. So more information on that if it does actually go to referendum for our voters. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you. I hope all of you stay well. Ramadan Mubarak for those of you celebrating. With Monty Pride, I'm Matt Evans.